All right, so imagine, folks, more tracks coming up later, though, but imagine, folks, you're in Paris at night, the powdery snow of the European Alps, out the window, a warm day spent exploring Singapore on the same night. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it?
Well, maybe not, because Qantas reckons international travel could be back on the cards by Christmas. So let's just go there for a minute. Quentin Long, our travel expert, can come along with us. Quentin, a very good morning to you. Is it going to happen?
Morning, Ali. Morning, Karl. Look, my heart, my dreaming says it's a 50% chance, but my head, unfortunately, says it's a 30% chance.
Okay.
At best.
Thanks, Quentin.
Thanks. Nice
It's
to
really
see you
hard,
this morning.
You know? Okay, coming up on the show. All right.
Sorry to be the holiday Grinch,
that's
but
okay.
that's the reality.
Do we risk buying flights now? Because I'm sure that's part of Qantas's thing. They want people to get into it, the whole thing, and buy flights around Christmas.
Yeah, look, Karl, look, the context around this is that Qantas has done a lot of heavy lifting with that fantastic ad about people getting vaccinations and what we'll get when we do get those vaccinations. And yesterday they announced a $2 billion plus loss, and they wanted something else to talk to. They also want to put pressure on the federal and the state governments about opening up the borders and getting business going. So will this work? I would say that it's a hard thing to predict. But would I be buying tickets? I would probably say I'd wait a couple of weeks to see what really happens. And by November, we'll have a much better idea. I'm really hopeful that by November, we'll be in such a good position that things will be starting to return to normal.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're saying that you think it's unlikely that we're going to be travelling overseas in December, when is realistic in your mind?
Probably about February next year, January, February.
So not far off.
The big thing that has to happen... Yeah, the big thing that has to happen, guys, is we need to have the federal government put out the protocols, the guidance, the legislation around what can we do as Australians when we travel overseas, where can we go, under what sort of provisos, how are they going to monitor that, how are they going to enforce that. But worse, or more important than ever, is about people coming into this country, because buried in Qantas's announcement was we will not commence flights until they stop quarantine coming back into this country. And for that to happen, we need to have international guests allowed to travel to this country. And again, we need to know what are the protocols, what are the laws, how's that going to work, and what really can people expect. Then we have to communicate that to the world and then get that whole machinery of travel actually working to get people here. And that is a long road to recovery. And we just need the federal government and the state governments to be really certain about when we can do this, how we can do this, how it's going to be enforced and monitored.
Well,
and it's no coincidence. AJ, sorry.
I was going to say the good news is the Premiers and the Prime Minister are on the same page.
Absolutely. You know, AJ's a canny guy because we've got that National Assembly today. He's putting a lot of pressure on them today to make sure that they can come out of that meeting with what's required to really give us certainty.
He's a smart fella. I just want to go to Queensland, and I can't.
We know.
Anyway, thank you.